What's up?
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing great. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm so sorry. Forgive me for being, I don't know, 3 minutes late, 5 minutes late.
Nah, it don't matter. I know you're doing like a whole bunch of interviews and stuff today, so I assume you're just on a run, bouncing around.
How are you?
Nah, I'm doing great. How you doing?
I'm blessed. I'm happy that you guys are loving the record and supporting the record, and I couldn't be more grateful and more thankful that it's receiving love.
Yeah, how's it feel like? Okay, so this was your second single this year, right? Because you had options earlier this
It
year.
is. I put out options, and now we just released "Don't Tell Me No." I just released the lyric video to that yesterday.
Are you gonna release a video for that? 'Cause I know you released the video for options earlier.
Yeah, so I literally just wrapped a movie last night,
Mm.
and I've been filming for the last 3 weeks. So now that the movie is over, the next thing is to start filming and shooting the visual for "Don't Tell Me No."
Yeah, so this virus hasn't slowed you down at all. You're shooting movies, you dropped 2 singles, you're working on an album.
You know what? I mean, I'm humbled that I still get to do what I love to do. I mean, because it's a crazy time for everybody, you know.
Mm.
So I take all these blessings and just be like, okay, thanks God. Like I see what you're doing. I'm here for it.
I know the virus has impacted everybody so differently. How has this year like impacted you and like what's going on with everything you got?
Yeah, no, I mean, it took a second for me to find my rhythm. You know what I mean? Like
Mm.
it was definitely a shock. Like I'm sure it was for everybody. But we maneuver. So now, things obviously being more virtual. It's given me more time to go back onto the project to rewrite some stuff or just write new material because I've just been inspired by what's going on. So yeah, I mean, I finally found my footing though. Like my feet are on the ground, work is now steady. So I'm like, okay, we got this.
Like, how do you choose your priorities? Because it seems like you do so much. You got like the fitness good thing going on. You got music. You got the actress. You do philanthropy, right? You do a mentorship in Baltimore. So it's like you have so much going on. How do you prioritize or choose what you're working on?
You know what? I mean, I haven't questioned the navigation up until this point because somehow it always works itself out. Earlier on, I used to get stressed out about things before they even happened, like and asking myself that type of question, like, how am I going to do all this? How am I going to shoot a movie and still record? And I don't, it always works itself out and it gets done. So I'm just going to leave it at
So the new single, obviously, "Don't Tell Me No." The vibe I felt was completely different from Options.
Completely different. Yeah. On purpose.
On purpose. So how come you decide to completely flip it? Just the mood you're in, or?
Um, Honestly, the entire body of work is telling a full story, right? So obviously, where I'm putting the singles up might be a little out of order, um, or not, because it was how I was feeling. But the entire body of work tells a complete story, beginning, middle, and end of a relationship. And so for me, "Don't Tell Me No." It was just important to interject some love during this time. Like I really just wanted people to be reminded that despite what's going on, we still have a strong power inside of us, which is love. So, and I wanted to tell a different perspective from the men. Because, like I just said in my last interview, you guys catch a lot of, stuff that you always have to just be this strong, dominant person. And then if you feel it's a sign of weakness, and I'm putting on a song that's saying, no, like, I want you to feel, I know that you're scared. I could be scared too, but let's just fall in love with each other and everything will be okay.
So the album is gonna be about a relationship. You just said, right?
It's relationship driven, but
Oh,
the
okay.
different stages of the relationship. So happy songs when you're happy in love because things are going great. And then the songs where I might be talking some ish because it's like, hold up now. Don't forget how I started. Okay. Don't
You gotta
forget who
wild
I
out.
am.
So like, is this driven from your relationship or is it just storytelling?
Both. Both. A lot of the songs are inspired just by personal experience. Some are inspired by just conversations I have with my followers, my sisters, my best friends. Because we all, for the most part, kind of go through the same stuff, just at different times, right? And different levels of it. So I really just wanted to capture the honesty and the transparency in that and put it in a record.
So when is the album dropping? It's supposed to drop this year, right? So there's only a few months left, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I put it on pause when the pandemic happened because I wanted to just, I wanted to see how things were gonna, lay out. And then I was getting inspired and still creating new material because of the pandemic. So it served a good purpose, the little break. But yes, it'll be very, very soon.
And so what was the movie you said you just shot? You said you shot a movie, right?
Yes, we just wrapped. Was shooting for the last 3 weeks. It's so cute. I can't give too much away, but if you hashtag TCL, that will begin, I guess, the breadcrumbs
Mm.
to the reveal of the date and what network it'll be on. But really great movie. It's you guys will like it a lot.
Where's your heart lie though? Because I mean, I'm sure you're passionate about it all, but I mean, like, there's always like that one thing we're really passionate about. So for everything you're doing, like, where's your like your real passion at for?
I don't do anything that I'm not passionate about.
Mm.
Between the acting and the music, to me, they go hand in hand. Because even when I'm on stage performing, it's still a form of it's an action, it's an act, right? You have to evoke a certain emotion to be able to be to deliver an honest song. So to me, the two of them they go hand in hand. So don't
Nah,
ask me
you
that's
gotta
where they
choose
go.
one. Like, if you
No,
gotta choose
no,
one,
no. I knew it was
nah.
coming. I knew it was
Yeah, of
coming.
course it's coming. Like, I'm sure you've been asked before. I'm sure there's an answer somewhere. I didn't see it, but if you had to choose one, which one is it?
Ah, I I'll get back to you. I don't know because I love them both, and they're both different self-expression. It's still art. It's two types of self-expression that you get to share, and it's a gift. And I don't know if I could see one without the other.
Yeah, and I do feel like they go hand in hand. You say, like you said, you're on stage, you're performing. The
Yeah,
music, you're telling stories.
yeah. I may not feel like being sad when I'm performing a particular song, but to pull it out, I might have to, get my little acting on so that y'all can feel where I'm coming from.
Nah, I dig it. Recently, you signed a partnership deal, right? Your label with, was it Universal?
Yes, Brave New Worlds is with SRG and Universal.
How did that come together?
Hard work and
Mm.
just grinding and knowing that when God deemed it time for the next for the next I guess for the next step to happen, it was they SRG came along and the partnership was great. Um, so yeah, and I have to give a huge shout out to Raheem Devon because he was the first one who really championed my music to them and made them believe. And then when they heard it, we met, and the rest is history.
So now that you're kind of like a signed artist, do you feel like some of that independent loss? Are you worried about that, losing some of that creativity?
No, not at all. Not at all. Mainly because it's still my label. Like I still operate and do everything that I was doing prior to signing a deal. I just now have more believers on my team who are helping me to push the vision that I have for myself. So it's a
Mm.
partnership. It's, which is why I loved it so much. But no, that's not a concern.
Oh yeah, at least like you got some ownership, and obviously we've seen the whole Kanye West thing talking about ownership, and especially with music. So I can see how it's important you did it as a label deal rather than just you individually signing.
Absolutely. And I have a great team around me. I have to give it up to my team because a lot of the things that I'm able to do, I wouldn't be able to do if I didn't have, just people of integrity and honor around me that, make sure that we get it done and we get it done the right way.
And before I let you go, because I know you got other things going on, and you got a whole press thing going on, I just wanted to ask you about your mentorship program you got going on. I feel like that's important, especially during these times. Like, how'd you get involved with that? How is it working through this pandemic?
Absolutely. I mean, honestly, I tell everyone you don't have to be an entertainer, you don't have to be a singer, a rapper, whatever, to mentor a young boy or girl. There's so many children out here that just need someone to remind them that they are significant, that their voices matter, that the power that they have is needed in this world. So if you have an hour out of a month, go find a child to mentor. I'm a ambassador with Steve and Marjorie Harvey. Their Girls Who Rule the World campaign, and basically it's 200 plus girls ages 6 years old to 18. We get
Mm.
together. I train them. We talk about mental health. We fellowship. I pour into them to make sure that they know that they're not out here alone. I do a lot of that with the health and fitness here in Baltimore, working at Coppin State, just doing different boot camps with kids just so they can, take that energy that they have and do something constructive to be great. I think it's in all of us. I think it's a duty that we owe to our younger
Mm.
generation to pour into them.
No, I think it's super dope. Despite your schedule and everything you're doing, you're still able to give back to the community
We
and
have
help out
to.
the children.
We all have time to, right? It's just about
That's what I was trying to figure out your priorities because you have so much going on. You got to move those blocks, it seems, every day probably, figure out your schedule.
Yeah, a little bit.
But yo, Brave, I appreciate you. I know you got other interviews coming up, so I appreciate you hopping on here with me. Tell the people again, your album's coming out. You got your new lyric video, Don't Tell Me No. You got options, video for that. You got the whole world going on.
You are on it. I love it. I don't even have to say anything else. Follow me at Be More Brave. You heard him first. Options on the streaming platform. The music video for Options is on is on Vivo. If you guys haven't checked it out, would love for you to check it out. And yes, Don't Tell Me No is out right now on every streaming platform. Please listen to it, vibe out to it. Play it for your partner. Play it for the person in your life. You feel like they holding out on you and he not giving you, if the floodgates haven't opened yet, just press play on and be like, hey.
Nah, you got to start, son. Don't tell me no. That's not the movement we need.
Exactly.
but I appreciate you, Brave. Enjoy the rest of your day. Good luck on the rest of your press run. We're definitely in tune, and catch you next time.
Thank you so much for having me.
Later.
Bye.
Bye-bye. That was Brave Williams. Again, you can catch her single, Don't Tell Me No, on all streaming platforms. Her videos are out on YouTube and Vivo. I appreciate everybody that's tuned in. I'm going to catch you next time.